to Book of Hours. I got some pretty positive feedback on the first episode of this, so I figured I'd at least continue the series. So yeah, I want to. I think I can. Oh, good. Okay, so I can. Oops. Let's see my game. So, you might notice that this is not Spiritfarer. Welcome back, librarian. Everything is remembered. Hush House endures. Game loaded successfully. All right. Yeah, you might notice that this is not Spiritfarer. So I might end up see this on Saturday. If this posts on Saturday, it's because I did not get a chance to record Spiritfarer. But you get Book of Hours instead. I do want to find a better time to upload more consistently, upload this series more consistently. Now that I'm back at school, it's going to be a little harder, but we'll make it work. So anyway, let's jump into it. Brancrook Village. This quiet Cornish fishing village has lain long in the Isle's shadow. It might be as old as Hush House itself, and like Hush House, Brancrook Village has provided sanctuary over the years for its share of misfits and exiles. Brancrook Village is out of bounds. This place lies beyond the bounds of the house. Right. So when last we left off, we still have not gone over here. This is Hush House. We still have not actually ventured into the library. So I think our first order of business should indeed be that. There's some fun and exploratory spaces over here, but I think we'll start. Fairly certain we have some stuff up here. You also may have noticed that I think the UI has changed ever so slightly. They've done some patches to this game, which is good. I think it was necessary. So nice. Let me try things up a little bit. Because we have anything else? Oh, we do have memories down here. Things kind of got hidden and shuffled. So, yes, our fun money. We'll add it to the library. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So let's get some assistance with opening up the house. So actually, let me read this. So Dawn. At this time, the sisters of the Abbey would raise their voices in the praise of the Madrigal for the office of Aurora. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. So let's click on this. All right, the mist-cloaked bridge. Every so often, someone builds a bridge to the Isle. Each bridge lasts 100 years, or 200. Then the sea disposes of it. This was built in the 1890s, and that makes it the newest bridge, but that doesn't mean it's new. So, slot repairs. Hush House has been empty for 7 years. Those 7 years have rendered the bridge perilous. So it requires assistance, and it requires assistance with either forge. Fire, I once read, is the winter that warms and the spring that consumes. The principle of the forge transforms and destroys. Also needs lantern. Life is a pure flame, and we live by an invisible sun within us. Thomas Brown. Lantern is the principle of the secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun, and of the light above it. And finally, sky. Wind, storm, echo, song. The intricacies of mathematics and the principles of flight. Law's touch is lighter than we sometimes think. Matters of balance, harmony, and necessity. Okay. Okay. So let's use spring. The world warms. Okay. So let's go over here. Mrs. and Mr. Kill. Miss Kill, the midwife, is tall and gloomy. Mr. Kill, the undertaker, is slight and wry. For 10 years she has drawn villagers into the world, and he has shaped cradles for their departure. But she can also whittle, and he can also paint. Let's use whist. Mr. Kill always enjoys a chance to catch up with me. If you don't choose a topic, Mr. Kill will offer help as a friend. We'll start that. I don't really have a topic. I'm hoping for just simply assistance. Alright, my whist is now fatigued, but I have the coffin maker's assistance. A tamer of trees, a worker of woods, a consigner of cadavers. He has also been known to try his hand, very diffidently, at poetry. Make use of the coffin maker's help before dawn. He has sky, winter, assistance, and an introduction. Alright, like this. I think first I'm going to unlock this. I think that would be useful. I also eventually will unlock some of these other places, but I think for now I want to at least start getting the bridge in order. So we'll just kind of wait over here. About 40 seconds. I don't know if there's anything else that I can do here. That now has X on it. Very nice. I can't put this here. Okay, so I can't pay them. If I can get them. Oh, intriguing. Okay. Let me show you this. The Sweet Bones is barred and shuttered against the storm, and against unwelcome visitors. There must be somewhere in the village that will give me shelter. In the time of the Heptarchy, a ring giver was accounted generous. In this bright and civilized century, a beer buyer enjoys the same regard. Interesting. Forms. 24 pence. Postmistress will accept the offering and bestow upon me the appropriate change. I surrender the florin and receive an unruly handful of lesser coins. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I got a penny, 2 pence, shilling, and 3 pence. Postmistress keeps the gate to the wider world. In her left hand is the lightning, which is to say the telegraph, and in her right the thunder, which is to say the only telephone in Brancrook. Before her lies the cash register, which accepteth the greater currency and returneth its lesser children. I'm going to see if I can buy something with a penny. No. 2 penny. Tuppence. Shilling? Is that the most I can do? Yeah. I'll give him a shilling and see what that does. Alright. A weary welcome at the inn. I bought a round for everyone, and another, and one more for good luck, and thus I was accounted not so bad for a foreigner. I'll find a warmer welcome here next time. So that gives me heart and sky, as well as memory, whatever this is. Oh, solace. Memory, solace. Right. The Sweet Bones, I'm going to pause this, The Sweet Bones has been the public house in Brankrug since Cromwell's time. Its history is notable. Its beer is not. Guests looking for discreet employment or for discreet assistance congregate in the snug. So there's either me or mine. Me. I've garnered enough mystique to tell fortunes for pennies. Undignified, perhaps, for the librarian of Hush House, but times are hard. Or add a coin to find visitors seeking employment. Interesting. What visitors might be passing through. Find out what unusual passers-by might be looking for employment. I don't think I'm going to, do that. I think I would like to, can I use Fet over here? Oh no, I can't. And I can't use my health either. But this does appear to be done. So the Cucurbit Bridge. Excellent. Lodge at the Gate. A cottage where Hush House's groundskeeper lived until the fire. If I can get into the place and make it habitable, I can use it as a base for reclaiming more of the house. So exploring the house. The local blacksmith can defeat the door. The rector probably has a spare key, and the midwife knows how to jiggle the latch on the back door. So exploring the house, so I can do that. I'm going to let the day play out a little bit further. And I think once it gets to morning, what I'm going to do, dusk, night has fallen, dawn will come soon. Keep vigil. I'll unfortunately lose this memory, which is unfortunate, but, daybreak. Memories fade, assistance departs, but the soul is refreshed. It is raining today, that's nice. Alright, I am going to use, Mist again. Mr. Kill always enjoys a chance to catch up with me. If you don't choose a topic, Mr. Kill will offer help as a friend. So we'll start that. I want to see if I can get perhaps an introduction to the Richter. So coffee assistance. I just want an introduction. Tea with the Rector. A mutual acquaintance has induced Reverend Timothy, the Rector, to invite me for tea. There may even be crumpets. Yes, I'll absolutely start that. We love good tea and crumpets. So while that goes, let's see. There you go, 4 seconds. Reverend Timothy's tea goes cold while he expostulates about post-restoration politics and theorizes about the pagan traditions of the miners. The rectory is now available. So that has Grail, and, okay, so Grail. Hunger, lust, the drowning waters. The principle of the Grail honors both the birth and the feast. And Rose, the rose which encompasseth all. 9 directions to new horizons. Exploration, enlightenment, hope, and it's a memory. First, memory gossip. Reverend Timothy's words always run ahead of him, but his thoughts always catch up in the end. Okay. I seem to recall the Tree of Wisdoms. Scholars and adepts recognize 9 wisdoms, though they disagree where one wisdom ends and another begins. Something for me to think about. Travel the Tree of Wisdoms to learn secrets and to gain elements of the soul. I think there's, Slot, Rescued Journal. My memories lie curled in my journal like a seed in winter earth. Once you've rescued and read your journal, use it to unlock the tree. So it requires journal, and it cannot be soaked or unkettled. Okay. Is this unkettled? Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, so I guess I have to read it. The soul's labors. Some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested. Bacon. Studying requires effort. You'll always need a suitable soul card first. Can I do that with that? I can. A journal? My journal? This silver binding is familiar, but the storm so scattered my thoughts. Alright, let's start that. Oh, 30 seconds, alright. Plan. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay, yeah, so, I'm definitely going to be, trying to record some things. For me, it's a long weekend, so if I have some time to record some things, I'd definitely like to. I might post twice. We'll see. Has almost done that. My journal. I'm sure of it. The storm scattered my thoughts, but each page I turn is familiar. I begin to recall now why I came here. With time and peace, I'll remember more. More about your origin and your aspirations in your journal. Alright, let's go. Okay, oh, I got another wrist. Nice, alright. So, now it's got a little, it's got a little skull on it. Silver-bound journal. I was rich, but something was missing. I am no longer rich, and still something is missing. Hush House is a place of conclusions, and here, as a librarian, I may find mine. The magnate came to the house to conclude a history where they will find peace, but you can complete the game by recording any history. You might wish to begin your studies with the Hushery Wisdom. Okay, oh, yeah, oh, okay, alright. Bright arts, night arts, arts unregarded. Okay, alright, so this is a very, complex tree here. So we have different types of wisdom, I guess, that you can study. When I watched the dev, kind of informational video, where they played through the demo of this game, they kind of explained this as being, almost like different, classes in an RPG, or something of that nature, different, like, schools of magic, you could say. So, we have, as we go around, and each of these are ruled by, like, a certain type of, aspect here, I guess. So it's like things like rose, or, forge, or lantern, grail, heart, knock, winter, moth, those types of things. So, we have illumination, hushery, which hushery seems to be where it wants me to start, nyctodromy, scolacoscophy, the bosque, preservation, birdsong, horomachistry, and ithistry. Intriguing. I'm gonna pause the time before it gets too late. Okay, so I can put this here. Okay. Oh, a sign. The roots of memory. There are always choices, and so there are always regrets. Unlock the tree and gain a Tryst card. Tryst, the change and the longing, one of the 9 parts of the human soul. Intriguing. Okay. I would like to keep notes of this, and I may do so not online, but in a physical journal. I will likely come back to this and rewatch this for myself. Okay, yeah, I would like to unlock the tree, I think, and gain a Tryst card. Tryst, the change in the longing. So this has moon, Secrets are soft, night is softer still. The sea speaks. It is not always wise to listen. The nocturnal and the forgotten. Moth. I knew a man who captured moths in a bell jar. On nights like this, he would release them one by one to die in the candle. Moth is the wild and perilous principle of chaos and yearning. It is an element of the soul, and it's an occupant. Okay. So Trist, I wonder what I can do. Can I drop it here? No? Slot, exploring the tree. Every skill could belong to one of two wisdoms. Decide which by assigning it here. This will grow your understanding of the wisdom and reward you with an element of the soul card. Hushery. The great art of hushery understands the beauty of silence and of its sundering. So it must have hushery. So if I put in a skill, I guess, it must have hushery and it cannot be committed. You've determined where this skill should belong, in the wide kingdoms of understanding. This skill is now committed to the wisdom marked on the card. Alright, so hushery. Hold on a second. Nyctodromy. Traveling at night is neither faster nor safer. That's why we do it. Knowledge of the ways and byways of the transmundane. Scolocosophy. The study of things that should not be studied. Some call this a wisdom. The Bosque. The wisdom of the primeval wood, rarely written, often felt. Preservation, healing and restoration, an unglamorous wisdom, at least to those who never wonder how the world still exists. Birdsong, music, riddles, miscellanea. Less a wisdom, more a body of gossip hallowed by accretion, a sniffy scholar once remarked. Horomachistry. This wisdom is concerned with the laws and disagreements of the hours and their emanations. Ithistry. Alchemy, metallurgy, pyrotechnics. Ithistry is sometimes called the art that alters. And finally, illumination. Illuminates, purify the self and its surroundings. Eventually, they often cease to see any difference between the two. Interesting. Alright, so we have another element of the soul. Just one of these in general, which is very helpful. The house is dark. Kills will be tucked up in bed. I should be too. I'll let it just kind of continue on. I think it's okay if we don't get this memory right now. There will always be more memories. So I think in the morning, my best course of action would be to get some help from the rector, Reverend Timothy, get some help from Mr. Kill. Perhaps use one of them to unlock the blacksmith, maybe? And mayhaps, I already have things to sweet bones. Sweet reminiscence. Interesting. Moment in time. In another moment, it'll be gone. If unused, memories disappear with the dawn. Oh, fascinating. Okay. Game. Trees bend, walls creak. Travelers bend low against the blast. It's heart, sky, weather, and memory. Okay, let's start with Mr. and Mrs. Kim. I can't really use Trist. I don't use wisdom stuff. enjoys thoughtful conversation, prayer, and tea, and he'll offer his assistance in return for a 1 shilling donation to church funds. I do have another shilling. Okay. Yeah, sure, here you go. We do appreciate the contribution. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I have the coffin maker's assistance, the collector's assistance. I'm gonna pause time, just to make sure I have enough time to go do this. Alright, so let's unlock the lodge at the gate. I think I can do this with Forge, Heart, or Knock. You have Winter and Sky, you have Knock and Lantern. So I don't think I can put you in there. Yeah, okay, so I need the Rector's assistance. Alright, I'll unlock that. That'll take 60 seconds. I guess I'll take it, might as well. And then I'm going to use Rector's assistance. Oh, I keep going to the post office instead of boxes. Okay. The smithy, locked. Denzel Smith has more work than he needs, and he rarely opens his door to strangers. You need an introduction, or a mutual acquaintance marked with Edge, Forge, or Heart. Someone in a similar trade, or someone who can appeal to his secret passion for saffron cake. Interesting. Alright. So, I don't believe, so I don't have anything with Edge, Forge, or Heart. Yeah, okay, alright. So actually, Mr. Gilkey introduced me to, over there. I wonder if, I have, interesting, alright. So I guess I can only get assistance from, Mr. Gill, but, alright, I'm gonna pause that for a while. Interesting. Okay, so now there's more things. So I have my little inventory up here. Tea. I require tea. It's important. Some books. Okay. And cataloged book. Curia. Catalog this to learn. Can I read it? Okay, studying requires effort. Just fit. This book was probably written around the time of Hush House's Curia period, roughly 1700s to 1800s. If I examine it, I can learn more about what knowledge it might contain. Books from this period are only rarely contaminated. Okay, that's reassuring. Alright. Some other books here too. There's a Nocturnal and a Baronial book. Okay. There's Traveling in the Night, Volume 1. The Annotated Dream Journals of Christopher Elopoli, sometimes called the only readable occultist. Literate, entertaining, bewildering. That has Tally Price, a price as the invisible world would reckon it, paid in uncommon currency like the tokens called Spintrap. Catalog and Curia period book. Now I have an idea of the book's nature and its contents. Ambrosia. Ambrose Westcott's inventive, one might say pioneering, or indeed buccaneering, essays into kitchencraft. It has Tally Price. Mystery Forge. Greater challenges require stronger skills. It's readable. There are worse things to put in your eyes than this. Thing. The gentleman makes things his servants. The petty man is servant to things. Master Zone. And it's a codex. Pages, cover, spine. Knowledge decently tucked away like organs. My foot is fatigued, but I have a book. Excellent. Set it here for now, I think. Alright. I wonder, can I use coffin maker's assistance here? Oh, the great gate of the house. The walls of the house tower above. The walls of the house tower above me. I had been told that it was abandoned after fire, but there is no sign of any such thing. The building will no doubt need restoration, but it's in better shape than I'd feared. Books of the memory that does not die, reads the inscription above the gate. Where's my key? I'll unlock that. Well, that's going to take another 60 seconds. I'm going to try and use the coffin maker's assistance somewhere so that I don't lose it. I wonder if you can do anything down here. Tidal Flats. Brunkrug is a tidal island. At low tide, you could walk there, though you probably shouldn't. You can only unlock one room at a time. Slot, guidance. These sands can be treacherous. Ask a guide the way. Moon, winter. Can't have anybody who's reluctant, and I need assistance. Oh no, but I can't. Can't do that. Can I take the key out of this? No, I can't. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna just hover this right here and hope. Let's leave that. Okay. I wonder if I can unlock this now. I can. Good. Okay. Unlock. Excellent. Okay. So he'll unlock that. Good. Night has fallen. Dawn will come soon. Okay. Locked a new room. Daybreak. Memories fade. Assistance departs, but the soul is refreshed. Go across sands. Very nice. That's a pretty little beach. Okay. Well, I think, I've been going for a little while, so I think that'll do it for me, for this session. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this, definitely leave me a like. I really, really appreciate it. Let me know, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this, what you want me to see. Or what you want to see from me, I should say. So, yeah. Other than that, take care of yourself. Make sure you take a walk, go outside, feed yourself, take care of your body, take care of your soul, drink some tea, whatever you need to do to take a break and feel good. But other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya!